Ndị be anyị ndewonu. Ọ bụ Ada Igbo na-ekwu na Igbo Media. N'Igbo Media, anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara ihe na-emegasị na Biafra land, n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. N'ụbọchị nke taata, o nwere ihe bịara n'iru akwụkwọ anyị nke anyị ga-agụpụtara unu n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị gụpụtachaa ya, unu egee ya ka ọha n'uju. Ị ga-esie ya, ị drọpụọla your comment, like kwa this our video and gbasakwa ya ka o ruo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ozi anyị wetara m tata si n'aka otu nwanne anyị nwoke, a Biafra activist. Dịka o si deela ya ozi ya n'iru akwụkwọ, ọ dere sị: PM Simon Ekpa's condition, official update direct from his defense lawyer as Pan-African Forum drags Finland-Nigerian government to ICC. Ya bụ ozi ka anyị ji bịa tata na Igbo Media. Ị ga-esi ya bụ ozi, ma mbọ gwa anyị iche ma mekwa ka ozi alụtụ ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa gere ya ka ọha n'uju.
Statement to the international community, human rights organizations and governments of conscience. 2. I speak on behalf of the countless victims in southeast and south of Nigeria who have suffered persecutions, killings, and denial of justice at the hands of the Nigeria state and allied extremist groups. Failure of Nigeria at African courts. Listen. Nigeria is a state party to African Charter on Human and People's Rights and has signed the protocol establishing the African Court on Human and People's Rights at Arusha, Tanzania. Yet, despite this, Nigeria has deliberately refused to submit the court's full jurisdiction, thereby shielding itself from accountability. Are you getting it? When I presented, which is the chairman of Pan-Africa, he said, when I presented my case in Arusha with documented evidence of atrocities, Nigeria representative avoided serious engagement. Instead of facing justice, they relied on shadow of intelligence operative and legal obstruction. This was not justice, it was evasion. Human rights violations. Thousands of civilians, particularly Christians and members of indigenous people of Biafra, have been killed, detained, or displaced. Reports indicate that these attacks continue in several regions with little or no protection from the state. The Nigerian military and security forces have committed grave abuses, including torture and denial of medical care to prisoners of conscience such as nnamdi, kanu, who remains in detention under harsh and unlawful conditions. Call for international action. Nigeria's government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must not be allowed to continue its impunity. Therefore, to the African Union and United Nations, take urgent measures to hold Nigeria accountable under international law. 2. Investigate the crimes against humanity occurring in Southeast and South. 3. To the government of the United Kingdom, deny President Tinubu and senior Nigeria officials access to UK medical facilities until Nigeria allows nnamdi Kanu access to independent medical treatment. Use diplomatic and economic tools to pressure Nigeria into compliance with human rights obligations. To the international community, stand with the oppressed people of Nigeria, especially marginalized ethnic and religious communities. Support efforts to ensure freedom, justice, and dignity for all Nigerians, including the right to self-determination. Then in his conclusion, he said, I want to state that silence in the face of injustice is complicity. I will not be silent until freedom and justice are secured for the people of the Southeast, South, and all victims of violence and persecutions in Nigeria. The world must know Nigeria has become a rogue state and impunity cannot continue. Copies of court papers that I have filed. I will again try this week to pressure the court to give justice for the people of Southeast. So these are the papers, all right? These are the papers, as you can see. These are the papers, all right? If you remember from the beginning of this program, I told you that several cases have been filed in different courts against Nigeria, both locally and internationally. But why is Nigeria refusing to appear in court to defend themselves? Several cases have been filed against them by Pan-Africa. Let's proceed with the shame Finland has brought on European judicial system. Please pay very close attention and be sharing this video as you are listening, please. But before we go on, do you know that the wife of Alex Stubb, the wife of the Finland president, the current president of Finland, that the wife, a British citizen, It's not that she acquired the citizenship, but that she's of British origin, meaning that she's from UK. Do you people know this? Just think about it. Make una dey connect the dot. You can go and make your findings as well. I just want to brief you. Now, let's go into the shame Finland has brought on European judicial system. How Finland shamed Western European judicial systems by Dr. David Matanga, the chairman of Pan-African. I'm a pro bono international law expert who represents the voiceless in the world. I have no regrets for my stand against Finland, just as I was firm on the Africa ICC cases. I'll be firm on Finland and expose it as a prosy state working with corrupt and rogue states like Nigeria in Africa. It is now clear that in the case of His Excellency Simon Ekpa, the Finnish court relied on intelligence provided by Nigeria. However, Nigerian intelligence is corrupt, compromised by terrorist influence, and even infiltrated by terrorist recruits. As an investigative journalist who studied international law, I am aware that Finland had wanted to trade Simon Ekpa with recruitive tenders. By relying on such dated information, Finland undermined its own democratic principles and credibility in this matter. I will produce imagery satellite evidence to prove that Nigerian intelligence officials corrupted the case. Why Finland shamed Western Europe's judicial system? Firstly, by trading human rights for Nigeria oil, gas, and blood money. Finland's handling of His Excellency Simon Ekpa's case has stripped away any pretense of neutrality or respect for democratic judicial principle. Instead of upholding the rule of law, Finland aligned itself with Nigeria's corrupt and terror-compromised intelligence network, an institution even the Canadian judicial has described as a terrorist ruling class. By relying on such tainted evidence, Finland has not just only humiliated its judiciary, but also brought shame upon the free Western world. A decision driven by money, not justice. Finland publicly tied Ekpa's case to bilateral relation. While presenting her credentials in Abuja, Finland's ambassador Sana Salin said, listen, Simon Ekpa has been hindering bilateral relations. The cooperation between our two countries, which is Nigeria and Finland, is going very well now. And the National Security Advisor have been providing all the evidences. See, this statement now was made by the Finnish ambassador in Abuja. Immediately Simon Ekpa was arrested. She went to Abuja and presented this statement saying that before Simon Ekpa was arrested, that Simon Ekpa has been hindering, like has been stopping the bilateral relationship between Finland and Nigeria. But right now, that the cooperation between the two countries are now going very, very well, and that the Nigerian National Security Advisor have been providing them with all the evidence. Are you getting it? A fast-moving criminal case with significant diplomatic applause from Abuja. Nigeria state media and multiple outlets publicly praised Finland for intervening in Ekpa's case. That praise, paired with the ambassador's framing above, deepens the optic that the persecution allied with the bilateral priority. Yes, because it was immediately Ekpa was arrested, then the Finnish ambassador now went to Abuja to tell them that their bilateral relationship is now working very well, right? Now, reliance on Nigeria's terrorist intelligence, the Finnish court admitted to basing its decision on intelligence from Nigeria. This is indefensible. Nigeria intelligence is not only corrupt, but it has been infiltrated by terrorists and weaponized to crush dissent. Using such source discredit Finland's court and undermine its democratic claim. First, economic payoff in plain sight. Shortly after the unlawful detention of Simon Ekpa, Watla Energy, a Finnish firm, was awarded a major gas contract in Lagos. This time it exposes what is at play. Finland traded away justice for business interest. Another medical project as diplomatic cover. Finland ambassador to Nigeria has announced plan to build medical facilities in Nigeria. These so-called humanitarian projects are nothing but political. My people, when I don't see them, they don't use our PM Simon Ekpa use do business between Finland and Nigeria. It was immediately Simon Ekpa was arrested that November. The ambassador, Finnish ambassador who is in Abuja now, came publicly and told the world that their bilateral relation is now moving well, that PM Simon Ekpa has been hindering their bilateral relation. Because it was immediately PM was arrested, Nigeria awarded Finland firm Watla Energy. They awarded them a major gas contract in Lagos. Aka na-ekwukwe nke ahụ ekwu ha asịkwa again na ha na-ebido medical project na Nigeria. So are we fools? We are not fools. We now know the strategy. They have used our PM for business purpose. But the good news is that the illegal ruling by Finland courts have been appealed. Okay, now let's hear from the lawyer, PM's defense lawyer. This news came out yesterday, being the 9th of September 2025, and it states a formal expression of dissatisfaction has been filed. PM Simon Ekpa's defense lawyer. Following the Paget Hamed District Court verdict, Ekpa's defense lawyer, Carle Gumeros, confirmed that a formal expression of dissatisfaction has been filed against the entire ruling. This step is required within 7 days of the verdict to preserve the right to appeal. Gumeros stated that they are preparing a full appeal to the Court of Appeal, which must be submitted by October 1st, 2025 at latest. Ekpa denied all charges during the trial and remained in custody. This news is coming directly from Finland. Look at your screen to confirm what I'm saying. I wait till I see the latest update because I do not want to deceive any of you because this is a sensitive issue.
Ngwano dalo nene no umunnem dikun sinesera ni bo media. Gini kunu wali ikwu na nkawa nke unu. Gbasta maka ihe nno n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Gwa ya ife iche n'ụdị nke gị. Deela ya na akara kọmentị ka mara ihe i chere. Ma chetakwa tụsa ya bụ ozi ka o were tụ ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ntị. Ndewo na ụmụnne m ka emesịa nụ.